Native English speakers, do you ever watch movies with subtitles, even if the show is spoken in English? If yes, why? Cause I can't hear choose. Boom boom explosion. A dialogue. I just feel like my brain absorbs the information better if I'm watching and reading at the same time. My hearing is also trash, so subtitles allow me to know what the person said instead of guessing. Absolutely. Especially with how sound effects and music are these days. I don't want to keep adjusting the volume in an action movie. Shows can be the same, especially on Netflix or Hulu. Ah yes, I see, that makes sense. For me, as English is my second language, some accents are pretty hard to understand, so sometimes I use English subtitles just for that reason. Anybody who is trying to watch anything with a child in the room will tell you why. Bruh, I'm the kid and my parents are too loud, LMAO, that's why I need subtitles. Yeah, because I chew too loud. I've had to stop eating popcorn in movie theaters because I can't hear the dialogue over my own mastication. Hell yeah, auditory processing disorder, baby. Oh yeah. Being able to understand what's happening is amazing. I wish movie theaters offered subtitles too, not that it actually matters these days. I'm a native English speaker, and I do this. I only do it because I usually have it at a low sound level and want to know everything that's happening. Sometimes I don't want to have the volume high just to understand what is being said. Subtitles are very exact and also much faster to read than hear. The only time I turn off subtitles is if for some reason the subtitles are out of sync with the audio, which sometimes happens on Amazon. I usually watch British media with subtitles because the accents can be rough sometimes, especially Scottish. Within Scotland, Glasgow is the worst offender. Geez, some British accents are so hard for me to understand. I'm glad some native speakers are having the same issue, haha. Yeah, I always have. My husband is used to it now, but I feel like my brain processes the words quicker, and I find it hard to sometimes hear it, especially if there's background music. Does it bother you when the subtitles are sometimes little bit off from the words that they are saying on the movie? Not native English speaker, but I like subtitles on my native language too. I have trouble understanding things through speakers or headphones. Also why I hate talking on the phone. I can understand people just fine IRL, but I'll have trouble on recorded stuff or call. We rely a lot more on lip reading in real life than we realize. I watch with subtitles because I remember it better afterwards. If I watch movies or shows without it, I won't remember it well. Same thing for me. I guess I'm paying more attention to the show if I have to read subtitles on the same time. Yes. I have ads, so sometimes I don't hear things properly, or I don't like for the TV to be up very loud. Sudden and loud noises startle me. I watch everything with subtitles, or closed captioning if it's available. Audio processing issues are common for many people, especially those with disorders such as ADD and autism. My wife and daughter have ADHD, and my other daughter is deaf, so between the three of them subtitles have become a necessity in our household. I just appreciate not having to watch things at full volume. Yes, mostly because it's really difficult to understand what is being said during important scenes of a movie/show when the music is 50 times louder than the dialogue. There is a feature of loudness equalization on Windows plus Realtek. This plays everything at same volume, so explosions get quieter and whispers become louder. Windows 10, Control Panel, Sound, Playback. Select your audio output, properties, enhancements, loudness equalization. This can also help you get an edge in games like FPS games, where you can use sound to get enemy position. Although you lose the ability to tell how far the sound source is, as every sound is almost equal loudness. Yes, because sometimes I can't catch what people are saying when they talk fast, but I'm good at reading fast. I started using subtitles because my so isn't a native English speaker. Now I just like it, haha. Same here. It's kinda strange when the subtitles off, I almost feel a little lost. Lol. I have auditory processing issues. Reading is easier. Interesting. I had to look up APD. I didn't even know that was a thing. Were you officially diagnosed with this, or is it something you know you have? I comprehend much more when in reading content as opposed to just watching something. Combining the two is even better, but reading has just been a better learning mechanism for myself. Watched too much anime and got used to reading the subtitles. Now if I don't have subtitles I'll still find myself looking for the bottom of the screen. Same. Had to start using it on everything, video games, sports, etc. Yes, when people are sleeping, got to use subtitles. Honestly have them on for American shows/movies sometimes, because of the accents. The occasional word now and again I'm like WTF did they just say, so subs help. Yeah, American vowel pronunciation is so odd sometimes. It'll miss the point of an entire sentence, because I thought they said stalk when really they said stock, for example. Plus everyone mumbles like crazy on every TV show both sides of the pond. I'll occasionally put on subtitles whenever there's too much noise in my environment, or if I didn't initially hear/understand what a character said in response to something. I didn't like the movie Witch until I put subtitles on. I couldn't understand a word they said. Definitely better the second time with subtitles. Yes, I can read really fast. Some people talk like they have marbles in their mouths, and I can keep the volume low. Yes, because audio engineers are ducking doucher bags and don't know how to balance the sound, so I have to keep the volume low in case there's an action scene, thus necessitating subtitles to actually hear what the actors are saying. And if any audio engineers are reading this, duck you. I hate this. I usually have my TV on about 10. Sometimes I'll get a movie where the mixing is so bad I'll have to have it up around 25 to hear what people are saying, and then a car takes off or a plane takes off and it blows my head off. I do it because I found out I misunderstood dialogue from time to time. I'm a native English speaker, but every once in a while an accent, even a Native American one, can be misunderstood. I keep CC on at all times. Music and sound effect loud as hell, but dialogue at a whisper, so annoying. Not really. Only movie I ever had to do that for was Trainspotting. Same. Only for strong dialects or accents I will turn them on. I needed subs to watch The Wire as a dialect in the Baltimore ghetto is completely foreign to me as a Canadian on the prairies. Not a native speaker, but completely fluent. I still watch movies with subtitles because I can't hear over the crunching of my snacks. I'm almost deaf. That's why motherfucker. It helps. I can always find new meanings to words. If I'm watching it with another person then yes, always. It's easier to absorb the info that way and makes it less likely that I'll miss pieces of it from voices or noise. That's true. Does it ever bother you that the subtitles can be a little bit off from the words that they are speaking on the movie, like missing few words here and there? Yes, because I do not hear well. Keep in mind that hearing deficiencies are almost always in specific frequencies, so just turning up the volume isn't productive. For many people it is the higher frequencies that are harder to hear, so female speech is especially hard to understand. But if you just crank the volume then bass sounds like explosions or even just the music will be way too loud. I think this is becoming a more contemporary thing and I can't pinpoint why. Me and my partner watch Netflix with subtitles, although we have no real need to. I've noticed a lot of younger people do too. My mother is completely baffled by it. I'm 28 and never did until Netflix was around. Unless I was watching foreign films, it just seems comfortable in a way that I can't understand. Always. I have ADHD and find it really hard to focus on what I hear. I thought I loved foreign films until I realized that I just need to read dialogue in order to follow it. Not speaking for all people with ADHD of course. Others find that they can only focus when listening, but I personally need to read things. They put unnecessary music under people talking. It's not helpful. I guess they don't really want to communicate, or they would have clear articulation without the bad music under it. Auditory processing disorder. My own language just turns into gibberish, and sometimes I can't understand even slight accents. Yes, I watch Outlander with subtitles. Cause I can't understand Scottish accents for the life of me. Everything but comedies ruins the punchline. Yes, mostly because I'm see the remote and it is way over there, so I'm not going to bother to get it and shut them off. That's pretty much why. Yes, because sometimes you'll catch things that you might not have heard. I also hate how all dialogue is basically whispered, so I turn my TV up. Then action happens and all of a sudden it's the loudest thing ever. I had to turn subtitles on to watch Still Game. Scottish accent was hard to understand at times. Yes, because sometimes the subtitles will goof up and say something funny. Frequently. Reasons include sound balancing is not great, speech is too quiet compared to music/sound effects, certain accents/dialects are hard to understand, just wanting to watch at low volume, consideration for others, or wanting a more relaxing environment, background noise is making it hard to hear, landscapers, construction, washing machine, etc. Plus, I genuinely find it to be more immersive at times. It's called understanding what the actors are saying. The ADHD can't process the spoken words as fast as the subtitles. For whatever reason, it doesn't seem like I can process spoken language as well as written language. Another bonus is that I feel like it helps my young kids understand that words/letters carry meaning. Yes, I used to do it to be able to watch with the 3 kids playing loudly. Now it's just a thing I do. I'm a fast reader, so I don't miss out on anything that way. I'm used to it. Was raised in a family with 2 sisters who are half deaf. TV looks weird without closed captioning. Yes, I watch everything with subtitles because I'm a visual learner and prefer to hear the dialogue than to listen to it. It's nice to have the lyrics to the soundtrack, since the music choice is often an intentional foreshadowing, but I can almost never make out the lyrics otherwise. Yes, and it actually annoys me. Even though I understand the words, my eyes always drift to the subs. I'm autistic, and I find it hard to concentrate if something else is going on around me, so being able to read dialogue I might not hear because someone is doing something behind me. Usually no, but sometimes yes. Why? The Peaky Ducking blinders. That's why. Hearing impaired. Also, if any Scots are in the movie, I need their English translated. Ha. 4 of my siblings have a deaf mom, so that's what started it for me. Now I just like to have them on most shows. Live sports and news is hard to watch with subtitles though, because of the lag and spelling errors. Because my wife is Dutch. She speaks perfect English and understands every word, but she's a little hard of hearing, so we always watch with English subs. Annoys me, as for some reason I'm always reading the subs instead of ignoring them. I almost always do it. Lets me keep the volume somewhat low while still knowing what's being said. Some movies and videos, or whatever, are mixed really badly, so the music is hella loud, and then the dialogue is almost a whisper, and I can't be ducked turning the volume up and down all the time. Also accents, as other people have said. Yes, if they are speaking drunken Scottish English, or if there's a chance for that there's some other language spoken in the movie. Always. I have a sensory thing where words sound like gibberish some of the time, especially unexpected. And if I can't read their lips, it's hard to decipher what's going on. It lets me sink into the movie vs keeping on my toes, so I don't miss anything. Also, spouse has English as a second language. I have enough of a hard time understanding without having to attempt to repeat dialogue and then miss the next part. Subtitles are ducking amazing. I'm eating chips. Sometimes actors mumble lines. Also, having a young child means I don't get to hear a lot of stuff anyway. Yeah, we always do it. We don't want to wake the sleeping children. I like having the closed captioning on when I'm watching TV or movies. I enjoy reading, and I'm not missing anything if I'm reading what's being said. My hearing isn't the best on my left side. That's another reason why I watch with the subtitles on. I read fairly fast, so I'm not missing much of what's happening in the show. Bad hearing. Sounds tend to blend together for me, and I've realized just how much dialogue I've missed without the subtitles on. I live with people and they're never quiet. I often do. 2 reasons for it. One is that sometimes I mishear words and the captions make it make more sense. 2 is that sometimes the captions are so horrible that I laugh at them for being so horrible. I have poor hearing and am not trying to bother my neighbors. Yes, I read much faster than the actors speak, and it's useful to be able to read a line I didn't hear because of whatever, like household noise. Also, plot hints are occasionally snuck into the subtitles. I do. I'm American, but my family is Irish, and I grew up watching a lot of British/Irish television. Even though I grew up watching this stuff, I still have trouble understanding some of the accents and dialects, since it's not what I heard in school or regular life. That makes it so the only way I'm paying attention is if I'm reading it. That, and I like it when the dialogue doesn't match up perfectly. I hear the word/sounds, but by the time my brain figures out what is being said I'm out of time with the visual. I'm a speedy reader though. Yes, my wife falls asleep super early, so I have to turn the volume way down when I want to keep watching something. Also, like other people mentioned, sound mixing is just horrible for a lot of shows/movies/channels. I'd rather have to read subtitles for quiet dialogue than blown out my speakers with loud sound effects and music in between bits of somehow still too quiet dialogue. I can't really hear properly due to my left ear being deaf and autism. Always. Started when my daughter was a newborn and I'd watch TV while feeding her. She'd get distracted by the noise, so I'd watch it with subtitles. I got so used to it, I actually struggle watching things without subtitles. It's amazing the things you pick up reading vs listening. When I'm watching shows, I eat chips and me munching on my chips drowns out the audio, so yes. Auditory processing issues, mumbled speech, quick speech, accents, attention span, you name it. There was a show made for the US where they put subtitles on for the Australian speakers. Always, chips are crunchy and make it hard to hear all the dialogue while enjoying my snack. Always, I can't understand anything without them because of hearing loss. I have always had hearing loss, but wasn't diagnosed until I was 10. Even then, subtitles weren't as big of a thing and I would miss a lot. When I watch movies that I watched as a kid, I can't believe how much I misunderstood. Life changing. Oh my, you watched until the end? That's fucking awesome, dude. Thanks for watching.